Oh, come on. All right, hold on. Fuck.
Is he outside?
Yeah, just hold on. Yeah, go lay down. All right. Do I have enough light?
I don't know. It seems a little dark.
Does it? Okay, let's see. Let's do this. Not better? Still seems a little dark with that. Let me see if I can get this right. There we go. That's better. I thought there was another light we had in here.
Oh, I took it out.
Did you? Why?
Because I put it by the bird cages. Because it was dark over there.
Well, I didn't want that.
But we could grab the other torch here if you want.
Is that light enough? It doesn't look light enough to me.
Not on
Also
your
looks
side.
crooked.
But it does look good. On your side, it's not. Maybe the light just needs to get scooched over a little.
I can do that.
There. That looks straight now, but I'm also sitting a little crooked. Maybe you just need to scoop in this.
Is that better?
Ah!
Is that too bright? That's kind of bright, isn't it?
Oh, don't you want it to be bright?
Yeah. See if I can turn that one off. And if that makes any difference.
I mean, it might be less glare on our glasses because I do see. I don't know. I think it's better with that one on.
What?
I think it's better with that one on. It might just be my face.
It's not your face, baby. Is that straight? That's pretty straight. Fairly straight. Nobody here. Nobody here. Hello?
Hello.
We're going to start our live stream. Let's go to Doug. Let's go to what? Available offline. Well, there we go. We just gotta hit mute.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then we want to go like that, and we want chat, right? Now, where's the chat part?
I don't see it.
Okay, so let's go like this. Let's go to, is that already there? Oh, we had it. Crapola. I had it. All right. Hello. Who's ever here?
Hello.
We're just getting started here. And we are live chat. Yeah. Uh-huh.
We got a lot going on.
We do have a lot going on. Hey everybody. Glad everybody's here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. First of all, we're almost to our monetization. Anybody who's here, chime in and say hello to us. We got some product stuff to do. And I'm very happy to be home from
That's
Denver.
old. You don't. Is it old?
No, it's not old.
Okay.
She thought this was old. She's like, "Don't drink that; it might have mold in it."
She's looking out for you.
Send us a check.
No.
Anyway, so
he likes that flavor now, so it's gonna be discontinued.
Yeah, whenever I like,
never gonna find it.
yeah,
again.
whenever I like one. So I was in Denver.
Yes, you were.
I was in Denver for 3 days, 4 days, whatever. I was at I did a I don't want to say who it is because I don't want to be mean to her, but I had kind of a bad experience. The Thursday night I was there, I did a show that wasn't at the comedy club. I hate to say who.
Don't say.
I'm not gonna say where it was at.
Don't say where.
But I did like a restaurant, and it was a cool gig. Everybody there was pretty funny. The MC that was there was the absolute. He was really funny. But there was this one person there that was we're gonna use this in a minute. The one person that was there that didn't do so well. I was trying to help him out. I was like, hey, I know you didn't ask for my advice. In comedy, there's two things that happen in comedy. You're either giving advice or you're receiving advice. That's how it is in this business. It's been that way forever. So this person didn't ask me for any advice, but I said, hey, you were mumbling. When they're up there on the stage, you're mumbling. I mean, you couldn't even hear their punchlines or anything. Stop! Tiggy. You couldn't hear the punchlines or anything. So I said, hey, I know you didn't ask for advice, but you should try to be a little more dynamic. You should talk a little more. Instead of and so this person said, well, that's not really my style. And I said, and she didn't. I've already done it.
That's all right.
It was a she.
They didn't.
I don't give a shit. It was a woman, but I wasn't mean to her. Her material wasn't bad. You couldn't hear her, and you could hear everybody else. So I just told her, I said, you should be a little more dynamic and speak a little louder so that people can hear your material. And she's like, well, that's not my style. And I was like, well, I mean, your style should be heard. So she pretty much told me to go shit in my hat. Is pretty much what she told me. She was like, go get yourself a lunchbox and go shit in it.
Aww.
So it wasn't exactly that, but it just teaches me you shouldn't give any advice. unless somebody asks you shouldn't give any advice until somebody asks.
From things I've seen on YouTube and all of that, younger people don't like to take advice. They think they know more.
And they don't. And the problem is when I started, I was older than everybody else. Excuse me. So nobody gave me advice. The only people that really gave me any advice were John McClellan, Steve Eric, people like that. They were the only ones that gave me good advice. But it just goes to show you that you should not give unsolicited advice. I was just, and the plane ride there, I flew there on Frontier. So I had a layover in Geneva. Actually, I had a layover in Detroit of all places for 3 hours. What can you do in Detroit for 3 hours? You can't do shit.
Nothing. It's not even safe. You shouldn't even be going out of the airport anyway.
Well, I didn't, but I went to the Starbucks there and hung out, and pretty much just made a nuisance of myself while I was there.
So fit in.
All right. I had a lot of fun though. I stayed at my buddy Ron Ferguson's house. He's the guy who books Gnarly's. Gnarly's is a wicked cool club. It's like 80s video game themed. I drank a Red Bull. Remember the little small one? It was from China. It wasn't Red Bull, but it had crystal meth in it. I drank one of those little cans of it. I asked for two. I was like, "Can I have two of these?" Like, well, we only have one left. And
Lucky you.
if I'd have drank two, I'd still be awake. I mean, it was so strong,
Yeah.
and it was called. I don't know what it's called. It was called something, but I had a lot of fun there with me and Ron and I went riding motorcycles through the mountains and stuff. We had a lot of fun. But let's
I get to see pictures.
oh yeah, let's go. Before we go into the product stuff, what how you feeling about your move? I told everybody that you had a little move. How you feeling about that?
Well, as good as I can be. I'm not devastated. I'm actually excited for the future. There's a lot of possibilities, and I'm just gonna find a different niche or niche, as some people would like. Niche,
whatever
niche,
they call it.
niche.
I personally think this is a. I think this is a good thing because you already started picking up. In case you guys don't know, she's psychic. So,
I'm not.
You already started picking up that you didn't like it, that you didn't like what you were doing, and I was in business for 24 years in North Carolina. Anybody that knows me knows how long I was in business. They know that I wasn't a huge business, but I was fairly successful.
Yeah.
I got a check every week. I supported 5 or 6 guys, and I know what it's like to run a small business, and that's not what was happening. They weren't running us. You can't start at the top. You start at the bottom. If you want to run a business and you want to act like and you want to look like you've been in business for 10, 20 years and start reaping those benefits of being in business that long, you have to be in business that long. You can't be in business for 6 months and go, "Oh, I'm going to make it." In my opinion, that's what was happening. So, I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I feel like I feel like uh, I can make that assumption about people because I was in business for over 2 decades. I didn't have a huge business. I had a small business. But I know what it's like to not be able to go spend your money on something, go on a fucking cruise, or go somewhere and spend 10 grand and do something when you've just been in business a few months. That is doing the wrong thing. And I'm heartbroken that they were friends of ours and they're not anymore. That breaks my heart because I don't consider a lot of people our close friends. I have a lot of friends.
As one of the people that my other associates had said, another door closes and another door opens. So I just stay positive. There's no reason to be upset. There's no reason to be angry because it doesn't solve anything. And
You handled it a lot better than I thought you would. I'm not saying that you wouldn't handle it bad. I'm just not saying that I don't have faith in you. I'm just saying that you handled it you handled it better than I did. I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was mad about it. So,
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it was a slap in the face. It was a real pain in the ass having to, which I'm still not finished, make sure that my name isn't everywhere it shouldn't be. But with all that said, I, have opportunities coming up and I've applied to many places and we'll just see what happens. I think I'm positive and I think it'll be a nice transition. I think I might pick a different field. I don't know.
I like being married to a mortician.
I'm still a mortician. I have a license and I'll keep it up, but I don't know that I want to actually be in a home. I don't know. I don't feel
in a home.
Like a funeral home.
You're gonna be in a home anyway.
No.
What are you drinking?
Wine. Because even though I have fibromyalgia and I do have a license for medical marijuana. I cannot take it because I will be drug tested. So apparently, it's okay for you to fucking be an alcoholic and get a job, but you can't take medication. It's gonna help you feel
That helps
better.
you. Yeah. Speaking of which, being on the road, a lot of musicians are on my page. There's a lot of. It's weird in the comedy business. Comedians always want to be musicians, and musicians always want to be comedians. So there's a lot of playing for fun, and I play in a real band and I tour. And the hardest thing to do is to practice when you're on the road, when you're traveling. If I travel in the car, I used to have remember the little amp, the one I have that I had to fix all the time. It's in the it's this big. You have to put it in your trunk of your car. Can't carry it on the plane. And I bought this thing about a year ago, 6 months ago.
I don't know. You had it for a while.
I've had it for a while now. It was $30
Okay.
on Amazon. I started to say Rio de Janeiro. I don't know why. This edible's about to kick in.
Aardvark head.
But yeah, so
Aardvark head.
I'm an aardvark. Yeah, that's what happens when you eat too many edibles. So I bought this thing. Excuse me.
Classy.
So I bought this thing, and I thought to myself, it's going to sound like the crack of someone's ass being dragged down a dirt road in the rain.
Okay.
And I was.
So then why'd you buy it if you thought that?
Let me finish.
Okay.
This is everything. I never get to finish.
I'm sorry.
So I bought it because I just needed. I teach shred stuff, and I teach. I try to keep my chops up. The band I'm playing is not playing simple music. We're playing, White Snake, Gary Moore. We're playing a lot of tough stuff, and you can't just not practice. So when I go on the road, I have to at least sit there, and if in the motel rooms, and you can barely hear, you can barely hear it.
Yeah.
then-
If you're deaf, I can hear it just fine. It's very loud.
Yeah, so it's hard to play. You're not helping this at all. It's hard to play quietly in the room and be able to hear yourself or get anything done. So I had to do some research, and no one told me about these things. No one said, "Hey, Doug, get one of them honeytone things." I said, so I did the research on my own, and I said, it's $30. If it isn't worth the shit, I can throw it in the garbage. Okay, this thing is cool. It's got a good dirty sound. It's low. I've been in motel rooms before where if you went, they would come call you up and go, "Why is there so much noise?" Especially the nicer hotels. They don't allow no bullshit like that. So I got this thing, and it's actually got an overdrive. You hear that? It's real touchy. It's got That's just the overdrive sound at like nothing. The tone, let me see. That's the overdrive pegged. I mean, it sounds like a real amp. I mean, there's some sustain there too. You can hear the sustain. And this is, when you're in the motel room, you can't play at this volume. You have to play at a little lower volume. That's very little, We do not have an endorsement with this at all. No, we don't have any sponsors. I'm just showing this because I know that this is affordable. One of the worst things for comics and people on the road and everything is being able to afford to buy stuff. You know, I mean, any comic at my level knows what I make. I don't make a lot. This is $30, man. You can do a battery. It also has a. Does it have an AC? You know the difference in AC and DC? Alternate current, direct current. Direct current means battery. Alternate current means the wall. So I thought it had an AC thing on this too, but it does not. It's just
What's that?
it has an AC also. It also has headphone out, everything. This is and the headphone is the main thing. You put this headphone thing in here at the motel room, and you get that in your ear. I mean, you can get the sound out of it, and I just think it's great, and that's why I kind of wanted to push it a little bit today. It's called the Honey Tone, and you can get it in white, black, like a soft teal green color, off green color, and it's just a really cool thing. And you can even find them even cheaper. You can find them $24, $25, but I would recommend this 100%. It fits in your luggage. It fits in your guitar case, for Christ's sakes. I think I could fit this in a Les Paul case. You know, I have the flight cases, and I think I could fit it in there. I know I can fit it in my Explorer case. I can put my damn dog in my Explorer case. But that's our product placement that's our product endorsement for today with that. And of course we have to thank Leslie, my 2003 Les Paul Classic Standard. I know. It's not it started out as a guitar channel, music, stuff like that, and then the real talent.
I know more about guitars and motorcycles than a woman like me should know.
Well, see, that's what happens when you get in a relationship with somebody. You learn stuff about. I know more about dead people than I want to know.
I was going to say that. You do know more about that. A lot more. In fact, so much so that I was forbidden speaking of it for quite some time.
Well, it's just bad when you're sitting around with friends and everything, and we're all going, yeah, they're going to do this. And by the way, I took a trocar and shoved it right in someone's jugular vein. Yeah, no, we don't.
They don't go in jugular veins.
Where do they go?
They go in your belly.
A trocar goes in your belly?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the lighting.
Way to change the subject.
I did say that. I did that naturally. I just sideways.
You freaked out. Like, look at the color of the walls.
That's guitar picks I use. My cousins aren't watching, but my guitar picks are like the biggest guitar. What is that?
What is what? Oh, did somebody comment? What is that? Oh, welcome.
Love you guys. Keep on rocking. I'm trying to. Yeah, we do. We try to get you guys live chat.
For the record, I don't play music at all. I am
Bob Sherman. Hey, thanks, Bob. We appreciate you.
I'm definitely not musically inclined, nor am I mathematically inclined. So,
well, when we first met, Beth wasn't into music, or I wasn't. I played just acoustic. I played a couple songs for her just to get her. I mean, just to meet her. And
you fixed my card for the other thing,
right? So when I just played acoustic, I said, I played music for a living. I'm not going to do that anymore. So after a while, my buddy Bernie Bush, he's a judge in Newbern, where I'm from. He sent me a Stratocaster, and then it just all started back up. Started going. Oh, I thought it said 3. It only says 1 now.
Aww.
These things got to take off one day, man. We're hoping that this
will.
This will take off one day, and everybody will dig it, and
They will.
I wonder if they like the studio. The studio is better. We're working on this lighting. We're working on it. We're trying to get it, and we're trying to work on different topics to talk about. I mean, traveling and work and. And by the way, I appreciate everybody's kind words about the video I did the other day about Beth.
Yes, thank you.
We got a lot of nice comments, a lot of cool stuff, and we just appreciate you guys watching and hanging out and doing all that kind of stuff. And uh, I
And
have some. I'm sorry.
I say, even if we're not live and you watch this, can you leave comments on what you would like us to talk about?
Yeah, if you have a comment, I mean a topic that you like to talk about or anything, we can probably do that. We also we're also going to change it up and do different stuff. We're not going to just do it in here all the time. And we have a lot of things that we can cover that we're going to talk about as a couple. And there's a lot of stuff that people don't talk about on the internet about marriage and stuff like that. That's funny to us, you know. And we'll walk around sometimes and go, hey, this is a good thing. We should talk about this, like travel and, you know, when I'm traveling, what she does when I'm gone, which is probably rejoice when I'm not here. Trying to get trying to get back in shape too. Both of us trying to lose some weight. If anybody has any ideas for, you know, some good ways to lose weight, I could use that. I don't want to juice because I have to buy new clothes because if I juice for 3 days, you know.
So you're saying you leak?
Yeah, you know, I smile and shit my pants. It's just not even, you know, you don't want to do that. But I'm thinking about maybe getting liposuction. I'm just kidding. Somebody said that earlier today. They said, you should get liposuction. I'm like, what? Why would I do that? And then I thought about, I wonder how much it costs.
That sounds expensive.
Yeah,
I bet you can't get a $30 one.
A $30
liposuction.
Are you trying to call back this?
I'm trying to call it back, and you should show them so people can see it.
I don't think we can see it on the camera right here, but we can.
You can see it's right there.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, okay. I like the way you done that.
I tried. Well, maybe back a little more.
No, look, I did it. Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay. See, there's a little lag between the camera and the.
This is so fun.
Oh yeah, we didn't do the thing here.
I'm figuring out we didn't do our bong.
We didn't do the bong. Well, we did the bong. We already told the story how we got that.
Yeah.
About how I got that thing. But yeah, so yeah. And today's Taco Saturday, so.
Siesta Saturday.
Yeah, we have no.
That's nap time, isn't it?
We already had that.
Okay, so
I used to love taking a nap. Now I take a nap, I wake up, I feel like 6 cans of shark shit. I don't know why. I just don't. It's because I'm not on drugs anymore. If I was on drugs,
was laying on you, so I'm sure that didn't help.
Oh yeah, we got a huge freaking 25-pound cat. I woke up, it was like sitting on my chest. I'm like, it was like a witch or something. And then I'm like, get off me! And then I feel terrible.
He's very big.
I miss drugs too. Listen, Bob, I say this all the time. I'm straighter than I'm more sober. I mean, I have, you know, because of my skin cancer, I have a weed card. I'm legal. But I say it all the time, man. I miss the shit out of it. Not because I want to go back to it, just because my body was so resilient, you know, back in those days. He's probably joking. He's probably like, yeah, I really didn't mean that. But yeah, man. I do a joke that my wife drinks socially. She just, you know, when we're out, she'll have a few drinks with friends and everything. Socially, I do a little fentanyl. You know, totally,
not true.
Totally joke. No, I haven't done any fentanyl in, you know,
that you know
a long
anyway.
time. Yeah, they give you that when you're like, because I've been in some bad car accidents, and I've been injured pretty nicely a few times, and I think they do give it to you. You know, Ryan, my guitar technician guy.
Yeah.
When he goes to the hospital, when he gets hurt, the only thing they can give him is fentanyl.
Really?
He doesn't and he doesn't do drugs. He don't smoke weed. He don't do nothing. He don't drink. He don't do nothing. I don't know what it is. Some people just don't.
Some people's bodies aren't agreeable to chemistry-wise to certain things.
Yeah,
so.
It's something. I don't know what it is. But and Bob, you and I both are very lucky we lived through all that shit, because there's a bunch of them that did not live through it, you know. And You know, I say it every day. Oh, I wish I could. You know, it'd be cool to. I've been sober almost 14 years, and I don't miss the alcohol. I don't miss the. I don't miss the drinking part of it. I remember when I quit drinking December 3rd, 2011. I took 2 shots of chilled tequila, drank a half a beer on the second, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And the girl I was living with at the time, who's since passed away from this, the next day I got up and did the same thing that night, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I don't miss the alcohol, um, and you don't miss opiates. Okay, you withdraw. You don't miss them. You know, oh, I miss taking pain pills. I miss the effect of not feeling age. When you take opiates and shit, you don't feel age. You don't feel pain. You don't feel. And I'm busted up. You know, I got back problems and all kinds of shit. So when you take opiates, you know, you're like,
Yeah.
you know,
There's definitely something wrong with our medical system.
absolutely.
Prescribing stuff like that, because that's also a huge thing that people die from. And they're like, oh, well, they were just a drug addict. That's not the case half of the time. Sometimes people are like, oh, I just need to, just a little more to take the pain away, and they take more and it's too much, and there it is. Or they get something from someone else and it's laced with fentanyl and some other weird things that I've seen, and it's like, what? It's like, how did they even know to take that? So,
Uh, you're right, Bob.
mhm.
You're absolutely right.
And I'm very proud of you for doing that, because you did it and you didn't do it with help. You did it on your own.
Couldn't afford it. Wish I did have help. I got a buddy named Jeremy Dunn. We call him Manson, and he and I have been through a lot of drug shit, and I'm telling you, the government is. I'm not trying to rant about the government, but the government wants you to be addicted and wants you to pay them. They got programs now where you can't even, if you don't have health insurance and you go to a doctor, they'll say, hey, it's $90, whatever. If you have insurance, it's 375, and then you have a copay of 100. So it's like, wait a minute. You said it was 90 with no insurance, and it's $100 copay. So let's just say I don't have insurance. Oh, you can't do that.
Yeah,
What?
You can't do that. Well, now we can, but
Well, now we can, because I think we actually have it. They can't stop it that quickly. I think we actually have it till the end of the
I
month.
think it's the end of the month.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, something like that. But we don't have the money to pay for the copay.
Yeah, the insurance I had, well, the insurance we had when she was with the other company was okay.
It was good.
Right.
It was okay. They switched it around a lot on us, but it was a good insurance. You know what? Some of the time we didn't have a copay, and anything that we did that was preventative, we never paid for anything. So, which was great, because we got one office visit for free a year, and I see the doctor 4 times, sometimes only 3 times a year. I don't know how long you go.
It's hard to have a vagina. Vaginas have to be looked at.
No, it's
Let me
not
see.
that. That's a different one. But that one is taken care of too. No, it's for my fibromyalgia. And I do a lot of blood work done, everything every year. And, my old job used to cover that too, to make sure that I was healthy. And they gave us incentives to go to the doctor and to prevent being sick. And you got money back if you, met certain criteria, which was great, because it helped pay for all the insurance and stuff, excuse me. But they, obviously I left, and I'm glad that I did, because I'm much better off, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, when I didn't have insurance, I had I have skin cancer. I have basal cell carcinoma and squamous cell carcinoma. And I had a real bad one right in the middle of my tattoo, looked like a bullet hole.
Okay.
And I had no insurance. I can't even remember how that worked. How that happened?
You were in St. Pete.
I was living in St. Pete. It was before we were living together.
With you.
Somehow or another, I got hooked up to where one of the best on the East Coast did the Mohs method, where they cut you open and leave you open, and they keep testing it. Every time somebody walked in the room, I was like, "Welcome to Mohs!" They thought it was hilarious because of the restaurant.
Stupid.
It's dumb. But when I was single, when we were engaged, I had marketplace insurance, and it went by what I made as a comedian, which was not much, right? but it has a cap. You have to make like at least 12 grand a year. You have to make money to get it. You can't just not have any money.
Mm-hmm.
And I made 12 grand a year more than that doing comedy, barely. Now I have my little cleaning business, commercial cleaning business as well, which is just a part-time gig, a few hours a week to help when the comedy's not paying, which is most of the time.
Wow.
I've been very fortunate. Like I'm very lucky though. I have a little business and I have comedy, which is like two businesses put together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got real lucky. When I didn't have health insurance, I started donating blood plasma because they do a free panel and sugar.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Smart. I heard about that.
I didn't know that. I did not know they did that. That's freaking
check
great.
You for what, STDs,
Yep.
AIDS. They check you for like everything that I have to go and pay. And let me tell you, my bill with my insurance was $5 grand, and then I had to pay like 10% of that. Which is insane.
We just passed the. When I lived in St. Pete, I leased a taxi and I drove in the daytime when I wasn't working at Coconuts. And there's this place called One Blood, and I used to take people there and drop people off. And we saw a One Blood truck today, and it was, I guess they pay you for it. It was a One Blood.
Was it? I didn't pay attention.
It said donate.
It was a
blood.
red bus. I don't know.
Yeah.
I should pay more attention.
They said they gave you $20 gift or something.
Yep.
Anyway, that one didn't concern me. What concerned me was it was cool that you could give blood like that, and I guess the homeless guys do that too.
That's why they park over there, because they live in the bushes. I hope I didn't give away their secret hiding place, but we didn't really say
Palm Coast is they don't treat the homeless guys very well. We try to.
The whole of Flagler County.
Yeah, we try. She's unemployed. We still give homeless people money.
Yeah.
So I mean, not for any reason other than, it pisses me off when people go, "What are you giving that homeless guy money for? He's probably going to drink with it buy alcohol." Good.
So what?
Go right ahead. If you're homeless and you want to drink and I give you the money, you go ahead. More power to you. I don't blame you. Get you a couple beers in you before you crash, how you sleep better. And I'm not saying that for alcoholism. I'm saying that the fucking guy's homeless. I've been homeless. I've been homeless in LA. I've been homeless in North Carolina. And I've been homeless in Florida when I lived here in 1982. Not, recently. But I dig it, man. Then Palm Coast doesn't allow homeless people to.
No, Flagler County.
It's funny how they say they don't allow them to live here.
They can't. No, they can't spend the night.
They can't reside here.
They can go sleep somewhere else. They could walk around and do whatever they're gonna do during the day, but they can't sleep here. That's
total bullshit.
Because they used to be behind the library, and then they kicked them all out, and then they moved somewhere else, and then they kicked them all out. And, then they started cleaning up for the cemetery out there and found homeless people behind the cemetery. It was great.
Hey, we should share this knowledge. Bob Sherman is a guy who is he's on my friends list or whatever. Subscribers list. And he just said, if you donate plasma, if you don't know this, I didn't know this. If you donate plasma or blood, they will check your panel and make sure you don't have like AIDS or HIV or stuff like that. And they do that while giving you some money for groceries or whatever. And I wasn't aware of that, but big thanks to Bob Sherman for telling us that, because there's probably people out there that could use that. You don't have insurance, can't.
But I have a question. Do they still give you the money even if they can't use your plasma?
It says here, that they do the test to make sure your donation's clean. A lot of nomad types would donate there. Big homeless pop in that area. Hey, I'm in Florida too, and some. We absolutely, Bob. Absolutely, yes. Yeah. We'd love to hang with you.
No, he says some of them were cool and would let you hang out. So they don't kick you out.
Right.
Like when you go. I mean.
Yeah. Some of our and by the way. We talked about this the other day about homeless. We feel for anybody who's not, but there are some homeless people that are messed up. There are some homeless people that will take advantage of you. There are some homeless people that'll steal from you.
Yeah.
They're not all like that. Just like they're not all drug addicts. They're not all, they don't all smoke. They don't all drink. It's just where you are. The ones that we see around here, the majority of them, A lot of them have mental health issues. You can tell.
Mhm.
But I'm a sucker for a homeless person with an animal. I can't walk past them. I just can't.
We chased one down
Yeah,
to give him. We bought the dogs treats,
yeah.
and they, they were buy one get one free or something. And all he was concerned about was making sure that dog had food. So
I couldn't stand the thought of it.
and you know what? Our dogs don't eat our stuff that we buy, no matter how they are. So we gave them some dog treats and a couple of bucks, and the guy was very happy.
Yeah, and we gave the guy
Very
some.
nice.
Yeah, we
I
and
think we had a snack in the car too.
you're right, Bob. They are people, regardless of
Yes.
where they are in their fiduciary geography. They're
Yes.
people too, just like we are. And you can ask her. I have moments where I just worry about being homeless because when I was a little boy, I was before I went into foster care, I would go anywhere to get away from the violence of where I was at, and so I know what it's like to sleep outside. I know what it's like to you know to not have money and not have food, and not have shelter. I know. When I first moved to Florida, I lived in the back seat of a 1973 Duster with my buddy Danny Wade. He slept in the front, I slept in the back. And it got too rough for him. He had to go. So I slept under the fucking bridge. I got a job at Papa Tony's and things worked out. But yeah, when it comes to homeless people, they're not all thieves and America's Most Wanted.
And the way the economy is going, let's all face it,
Could be
all of us could be homeless one day. So
in Denver, this is a trip. In Denver, when I was in Denver, the first show I did was at a sushi place, and Ron, not just Ron, but a couple other people told me how gentrified Denver was, and it's like you could grow up in Denver, live there all your life, and you never could afford to buy a house. I'm talking little small. My son just bought a fucking house for $500,000. His first house. I mean, yeah, that's great. He's my boy. I love him to death. And but still,
that's too expensive.
God, first house I bought was $40,000. But I'm a redneck, so.
No, you're right. I mean, I'm from Chicago, and yes, they had expensive homes. They had the $1 million, $2 million, but I mean, those were on the lake. Those were in the big country club areas. You could buy a house for $40,000, $50,000 on half an acre. Now you can't even do that, and it's sick. And then cars, how much they cost? It's disgusting. Like
New Bern.
What is it? What is the rate? It's gone up. What 200 some percent? The home rate.
Everything goes up.
Yeah, but not that much.
Right. Everything goes up,
because
but even
wages haven't gone up that much.
Even in New Bern, where I'm from, it's gentrified. There was a friend I knew. He was older than me, but he bought a little crappy shitbox house in Country Club, right? Almost in New Bern, there's a place called Country Club. There's like little cliffs on the Neuse. It's not cliffs of the Neuse, but it's kind of like that, where you go in the backyard and it drops down to the river. Beautiful. And he bought this house across the street from that. So across the street from his house, $1 million, beautiful, unbelievable $1 million homes. Yeah, that's right, man. You're right, Bob. That's what we paid for this house.
That's what we paid for our house, and it's a small house.
It's a small house, yeah.
It's. I mean, granted, we are in a big lot though.
Yeah, well,
but we have to fight with the parents who park in our front yard because they're too lazy to drive their kids to school.
Yeah, don't ever buy a house by school.
Which is literally right across the street.
Our house is pretty small. When we first came to look at it, we stuck our key in the door and we broke the bathroom window. So it's a little small. But it's not.
Because there are no bathroom windows.
Anyway, to finish my story about my friend in Country Club, he bought this house, and in the 80s he paid like $101,000 for it, which was crazy. You could buy a house in North Hills in 1988 for $85,000. North Hills wasn't no super nice place where my parents lived. It was middle class, above middle class. He had that house until he was a general contractor. Actually, he got his contractor's license, and he sold that house right when I moved to Bryce's Creek in like 2004, 2005. He sold the house and lot and everything for $600,000, and it had been paid for. He was on drugs one time back in the 90s, and he had paid his house off, and then he got on drugs and borrowed money against the house. It took him another 10 years to pay it off. And then by the time he was clean again. He sold the house for 600 and some grand, and he bought a shitload of Weyerhaeuser land and built a house on it. And I mean, I'm talking, he bought like 40 acres, built a house, and still had money left over.
Was it a big house that he sold?
No, it was small. It was 2 bedrooms and a study, so you could call. It was just like
So like our house.
no, it was like one of those little houses you walk in. There's a bedroom, kitchen, bedroom. It was like almost like a shotgun house where you open the front door, you can see out the back door.
Okay.
And it was a house like that, and it had been built in like in New Bern. It got real busy there in the 50s during Korea. That's when during the Korean War. That's when Cherry Point is the biggest Marine air installation on the East Coast. It was built in Havelock, which is 19 miles away. So New Bern was really getting real built up from all the military people. And I believe the house he bought was a Sears.
Oh my God.
I believe it was. There was some he bought like panelized.
The little catalog.
There's a shitload of them in New Bern, right off of Trent Road by Ziegler Motel by Parker's IGA. I can't believe I'm talking about this. Well, New Bern.
Ziegler has a different meaning for me.
I'm an ass. I'm the one who ruined my hometown stays. New Bern didn't do it. I ruined it. I fucking hate it. That's why I'm mad at it right now. But there's 2 houses side by side that are that are Sears houses, and the roofing is like these. I used to own a roofing company. They got these little square little pieces of metal all the way across the roof, and you're supposed to spray them down and paint them every 20 years or something. But anyway, so yeah, so we got we looked at 14 houses before we got this. Was it 14?
It was 14.
It was 14 houses we looked at before this one. It was during the pandemic, and we had a month to move out of the rental house.
Yes,
and
it was miserable.
That's a whole other story. But we went to houses. They'd show us a house. We'd walk in and like, what the? You want 200 grand? There was one we found that we kind of liked. And it had a leak in the middle of the roof, which was like a flat roof area, and I have a license for that. Yeah. I was like, I can fix this, baby, no problem. So we were going to make him an offer. We had down payment money and everything. The Russian lady, yes, you must leave. We bought this house. We're like, what? Like, I bought this house. And we're like, what do you mean you bought it? She put like $75,000 down right there.
Right in front of us.
Right where we were standing right there. We're like, what the we had some money. We had 15, 20 grand. We had a little bit of money to put down.
Not like
and it blew us away. So when we found this house, I got to tell a story about the letter. So we had this, I know I'm not letting her talk. We had this realtor, and he said, hey, man, he's like, you're getting down to the wire. You want me to find you a rental? And we're like, maybe,
Yeah, because that's what I originally wanted.
We think she was Russian, Bob. We talked about that, yeah.
Oh my God, she was mean.
Bob, yeah, we talked about that.
She was mean. She came up in her freaking pickup. What is it, a pickup or was it an SUV? She was big, giant car.
It was an SUV, and she
pulls in like, and she opens the back and she goes, I already bought this house, leave. And I was like, what are you
This is number one bullshit. Number one bullshit.
I mean, she was nice and let us go look at it, but she was like,
and there was a leak in the roof.
Yeah.
I would have had to redone the flat part, which was fine. I would have done it. It'd have been a $2,000-$3,000 job, and it would have been fine.
But you know what? I think not too long after that, down the street, one of the houses had like some fentanyl, or meth lab going on, and so they raided it.
Well, we had a murder on our street 2 years ago.
When we first moved in.
Yeah, we had a murder on our street down on our street where we live at. It goes all the way around. There's $1 million homes. There's houses like ours, and there's trailers. Wait, that's why I feel good at home. What was I saying about the?
I'm sorry.
You fucked me up. What was I was saying something about? Oh, the realtor told us to write a letter.
Yes.
To the homeowner, because he said sometimes that helps. You can write a letter, say, hey, we really want this. So I wrote this. They're like, oh, Doug, you talk for a living. Write them a letter. I was like, okay. So I wrote this heartfelt letter about how we'd saved up to get married. We were engaged at the time, and we were going to get married in the backyard, and how we're not buying the house to rent it out to people. We're buying the house as a family thing.
Yeah.
It was all this, and it was all of it was true, but it was So I gave her the letter. We come look at the house. They stood in the garage and wouldn't even say anything to us. And it was just so we get the house. The fucking guy calls us 2 days later. Is like, "You got the house," and we're like, we had like 4 days to get out of the house.
I still didn't believe it.
So we got the house. We're moving over. We come over to close. When we closed on the house, we came over to him, was like, "Thank you very much for the house. I guess the letter meant something." She's like, "No hablo inglés." She didn't speak English. She never read the letter. So I did all that heartfelt shit for nothing, but we got the house. We're here.
I think that she picked us because we gave her exactly what she asked.
She was
and
lazy.
We didn't try to lowball her.
She was lazy.
She said,
yeah.
I want this much money, and that's all I'm going to take, unless you offer more. But he said people offered more.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
And she still chose us.
We would go look at a house that was $300,000, and they would call us the next day and say, "Can you do $350?" The realtor. And we were like, "No." And they were like, "Well, they already had $325 and $330 offered, so you got $350?" And we're like, "No, we don't." Mm-hmm. So what she wanted was she wanted to sell the house to somebody who's going to live here. She didn't want to sell to a company. Yeah. She wanted somebody who could get right in, who had their finance. We had financing ready. We were ready to move. We told him, we're like, "Hey, we gotta be in this place." Mm-hmm. And they said, "Okay." So we got it. We moved. We did the whole deal in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was like crazy, unheard of. It was like rush, sweating. I had to leave work. I'm like, I gotta go get my house.
So I rented one of them pack rat things, and I was taking my truck, and I rented like a U-Haul trailer because I'm not a construction guy anymore. I don't have trailers and shit. And I'd take the trailer back and forth, and I'd take all the stuff here and then because they got right out when they were out before
when we came to look at the house. There were like 2 pieces of furniture and a small TV, and that was like it. I don't even think there were beds in here.
And by the way, Bob, we got the Russian people that live on the corner of us now. They got the biggest house in our whole neighborhood. They've added on to it,
and they also have the most cars.
They have the most cars. They're super cool. I saw a black panther. They're supposed to be extinct in Florida. Rednecks see shit like that. I saw a black panther in their yard coming home from a gig at like 12 o'clock at night. I got it on my dash cam. And so I went over there the next day. I said, "Hey, can I look at your yard for shit's hitting me. For the tracks? Can I take pictures of it?" And they were like, "Sure, come in yard, go ahead. What you see? You see black bear?" I was like, "No, I saw a black panther." "What you mean black panther?" I mean, that's how they talk. But they're very successful in what they do, whatever that could be. Yeah, I am. He said make friends with them. I am making friends with them because they're nice as they can be. We had the guy next door. I think I already told this story about.
I think you did about Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad. We had the neighbors. I'll tell you again that we had a Russian guy next door was married to a girl that grew up in a trailer park in Daytona. The church put them together. So when you met him, Vlad was like, "Hello, Doug." His wife's like, "You want a bowl of grits?" I mean, that's how they were. They had kids, and they were great neighbors. We loved them. We didn't know them that well, but their kids were awesome. Little Vlad Jr. And so I'd been here it was less than 2 months. It was like 6 weeks. And I'm standing outside looking at my mailbox like this, and I got fire ants this high up my mailbox pole.
Yeah.
There was nothing you could do to kill it. Nothing. I tried gas, plutonium. I called in airstrikes. There was nothing you could do to kill these fire. Literally, they would stand on the hill and go.
They did.
You couldn't kill them. So I'm standing there looking at it. Vlad comes out. He goes, "Doug, what are you doing, Doug?" And I said, "These fire ants are kicking my ass, man. I can't." He said, "Smoke bug. I tell you how to kill smoke bug." I said, "Fire ant." He said, "Whatever."
He said it was firebug.
He called it something weird. It was like smoke bug or fire something. He didn't call it a fire ant. He called it everything but that. So he said, "I tell you, Doug, you want to kill smoke bug? You give me bottle of vodka, a piece of smoke bug, kill smoke bug." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
He said, "You buy me a bottle of vodka, a piece on smoke bug gone forever. This is number one bullshit." I said, "Do you just want me to buy you a bottle of liquor? because you're religious and your wife won't let you, I'll buy you a bottle of liquor. I don't give a shit. I'll do it. He goes, no, no, you buy me a bottle. He says the same thing over. So I did it. The next day, I went and bought him a little half pint of Smirnoff. So I come back to the house. She's at work. I believe I was riding my motorcycle when I did it. I came out. I was like, Vlad. He's like, I was like, come here. He's like, I was like, okay. So I said, here. He goes, you give me a drink vodka, a piece of smoke bug. We going. It's bullshit. I was like, whatever, man. Whatever.
Just make it work.
Fine. So I leave. I go in the house at the middle of the night. The camera goes off. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And I look at it. He's walking in a circle, pissing on my mailbox. In a circle, pissing on my mailbox at 12:30 at night. I'm like, so long story short, 2 days later, every single fire ant is dead. We haven't had one in 3.5 years.
They've moved other places.
They don't go near the mailbox. He killed, I don't know. I asked him, I said, Vlad, did you grow up near Chernobyl? Because he's from Ukraine. He's like, dog, what you mean? No, smoke bug back? I was like, no, they're gone forever. I told you, you buy vodka. I was like, I know. I buy vodka. You piss on smoke bug. I get it. I'm good. And it's no joke. He could go in business. He could advertise it. Hello, I'm Vlad. You buy me vodka. I piss on smoke bug go away. I don't know what is in his urine, but whatever it is, you should bottle it and sell it as. You should throw it on your
ant killer.
You should throw it on your
enemy. People would buy it. He wouldn't be able to pee enough.
I can't see the screen. I'm trying to look at the screen.
That's like 3 people.
You know what? It's weird that Bob said that because I know some Russians that have like bobcats and shit and like lions and shit like that. I knew a few that had that. I wonder why that is, Bob.
Because they can afford it.
I wonder why Russians like.
Because you can't have it in Russia.
Is that what it is?
Probably.
Bullshit.
You can't have anything in Russia. You can't even have your own house.
Russia is so big. People. Here's the thing. I don't like Russian politicians. I think they're assholes. They're all crooks. But Russian people have always been good to me. Especially Ukrainians. You know what I mean? I've met a lot of people. Bronco, my buddy Bronco. He was from Ukraine. He was a chemical engineer. Moved to North Carolina with a church. He's a laborer. Making $8 an hour. Working for a carpenter. So, I mean, they're hard-working people.
They are.
So
I worked with a girl from Serbia-ish, and she was so awesome. I loved working with her. Her name was Yelena, even though it was spelled with a J. It was pronounced Yelena.
Well, what about Yuta from the
yes.
Yeah,
she's awesome. She's awesome, too.
They're German, though.
Yes, but no, she's Serbian, and there was this one instance that we worked at a White Castle. If you're from Florida, you don't know what that is, but think of crystals, but better.
That's all bullshit.
Anyway, so she was doing the drive-through because we would all switch. So I was making breakfast and she's doing the drive-through, and this lady was super Karen. I was like, oh my God, I can't understand you. All she was asking for was, do you want toast or do you want a biscuit? And she was like, I can't hear you. I don't know what you're saying. Da, 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 da. And she's going like yelling at this poor girl. And so she throws the headset down and goes, that's it. I'm done. And I said, no. You just cook and I'll take over. So I took over and I asked the same exact question. And the lady was like, oh, now I can understand you. Thank you.
You think the Russians, you think Russians are stronger and prettier and all that kind of stuff because their life sucks so bad? That woman that you were getting and I'm saying this as a married guy. I'm not trying to be rude or weird to my wife. But that woman that you were going to buy those flowers from, she looked like a model. I mean,
they're all beautiful.
Even the mother, look, she was beautiful.
That was her aunt.
Well, whatever. I mean, it's like Russians get. It's like, okay, we're going to put you in the worst possible place on the planet to live, but we're going to make you pretty and strong.
Yeah, I mean, Germans are pretty.
You know what's funny about Germans? That club I was just talking about. There's a club called Gregory's Comedy Club in Cocoa Beach, Florida. I've been working there since 2014 or something. Great club, I love it. But the owners are German, and Yuta she's younger than me. She's probably 40 something. She's like the manager of everything, but her mother's like 75, and I guess she's the main owner. And when she first like 8 years ago, when they took over or something, they started booking their own comics, and so I was one of them. And I went and showed up. It was like my fourth or fifth time there. I showed up, and the older woman comes up and she goes, "Let me talk to you." I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" "I told the agent to send young, good-looking comedians. Why are you here?" And at first I thought it was a joke, and then I went, "Germans don't have a sense of humor. They killed all the funny people." So I was thinking, Robin Williams. So I was on. Are you kidding? And she goes, "No, you're not young." And I was like, "And I'm not good looking, huh?" And she was like, and then her daughter, of course, was Utah, totally cool, totally awesome.
She's
And her
so
kids,
sweet. I love her.
I met her kids.
I love her kids.
I know, I met her kids when they were
daughter,
this.
right?
A daughter. She got two daughters.
But I only met one.
Right. And when I met them, they were 6 and 8 years old. Now they're like 104. So
Well,
now they're like 20 something. Yeah,
they can live forever.
but yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of Russians in Palm Coast because it's in between the big cities, and the Russians, the ones that we met for the flower thing, I was talking to them. I was like, "How long have you all been here? What do you do?" She's like, I was like, "How long have you been in this business?" She goes, "Oh, we've been here about 2 years. We own the whole thing." I was like, "What?" They own the whole plaza.
Like a whole strip mall.
There's like 10 stores, and there's Ace Hardware, propane thing, rehab bar, smoke shop.
There's a Mexican cantina.
And they own it all.
There's a bar too. There's some I don't know.
That's
darts.
the rehab. Yeah.
Is that what? Oh.
Rehab bar.
I thought
Why
it was
would you
actually
call
a rehab place.
It's like a bar called AA Chip Throwout.
Right.
There's, you know what? That might be the bar I heard about, because there's a bar around here that has all these AA chips on the wall where people go in. I didn't do AA, no offense.
It's very religious, I'm told.
What?
It's very religious, I've heard.
It was holier than that. I don't got no problem with it, because if it works for you, it works for you. But they, both of the meetings I went to, they said, "You can't do it without us." I was like, "What?" They're like, "You can't stay sober without us." And you don't tell me that. You don't tell me any shit like that about anything, because I'm stupid. That's the way you manipulate me. You can't be good. Something it's I'm like a child.
Basically.
That's right.
Basically.
Anyway. So we fed the dogs, we did our thing, we did our product placement. We talked about Denver. Oh, I'm in Vidalia, Louisiana.
Is it Vidalia or Vidalia?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. I'm in Vidalia, Louisiana, and then I'm in Fort Walton Beach at the end of the month. If you guys have ever been to the Block, it's a Comedy Zone gig. I didn't think Comedy Zone was going to give me any more bookings. I owed them like $70 for like a year. I forgot about it.
Oh, I thought it was because you farted on stage or something.
No, I fart on stage all the time. Reverse psychology, they got you. Bob's right. That's the way to do it. As my wife is like, "Don't clean the house."
Yes.
You better not mow the grass.
To me. Thanks for ruining it, Bob.
Bob knows his shit there. No, but I didn't think
his idea, and then it'll get done. Oh, look, the fence looks like it's broken, and then he goes and he's like, "You know what? I can fix that."
I gotta build like a 200-foot fence, which is not. I built thousands and thousands of feet of fences. That's not a big deal. It's just getting the time to do it. And our lot looks like Loch Ness Monster lives here.
It really does.
We got a wooded lot, so we'll do. I think we did a live stream the other night on the. Y'all remember my broken finger? Look at it. Look how big it looks. It's this one right here. Look how big that finger is. Still broken.
Nobody cares about your finger. Stop.
I'm not doing that to be dirty.
You are.
I'm not. It's healing. See?
Stop it.
See the difference in them? One's bigger than the. I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't you see a difference? See, she can't be serious. I'm doing this medically. When I do this, it's for medicine.
I thought I was a straight man.
You calling me gay?
It takes one to know one.
My wife calling me gay. Let me tell you what, if I was gay, I would dress a lot nicer. Gay dudes can dress good.
Yes,
and gay dudes are successful.
They are. That's because they don't have children.
So Jim Jeffries is a comedian I like, and he was talking about the worst marital. The marriages that last the shortest are lesbian marriages, as two women. And then the second that lasts the shortest are a man and a woman. And the marriages that last the longest are gay men because there's no women in the equation. And that is a Jim Jeffries joke, but there's some logic there. I get it.
I'm a little offended.
Anyway, so yeah, so Comedy Zones have to be back. If you've ever been to the Block before in Fort Walton Beach, it's an amazing place. Mark Hawkins, remember the guy I told you about? He used to work for. He was Secret Service. That's that guy. Mark and his wife. They're such nice people, man. I've probably performed there. How many times?
A lot.
A lot. I've been there a dozen times more.
A lot.
And
a lot-ish.
even when we have small top 5 comics dead or alive. Well, I gotta answer this question.
You got to.
I gotta stop what I'm doing to answer this question.
Yeah.
This is an important question.
This is a very important
I would say number 1 would be
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams would be number 1. I would say I don't know.
I like Eddie Murphy. I thought
Eddie Murphy is absolutely, and I know I'm going to catch some shit for this. I'd say Jerry Seinfeld's way up there too.
I think so too. I like Jerry
but I'm like,
Seinfeld.
I worked with this dude that worked with Sam Kinison, and I'm not saying, yeah, sorry, Bob. No, you're good. You're good. It's totally good. Bob says, go back to your story. You're good, brother. Sam Kinison is not one of my favorite comics, but I worked with a dude named Carl LeBove, who was his best friend, was on the road with him. Horrible story. Carl and I worked together in Texas and in North Carolina and in Vegas. So I knew Carl pretty well. He worked with Sam when he started out, when he got famous, everything. Paid child support for like 16 years and found out at the end that the kid was actually Sam's kid. Sam had screwed his wife, had that baby, and said it was Carl's. And Carl paid over $100,000 in child. I don't know how much he paid, but he paid millions, hundreds of thousands. So, I mean, I would say Carl LeBove is one of my favorite ones, too, because I worked with him in Texas. We did 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and we had almost the same crowd on each show. So I was just featuring, so I just had to do 30 different twice. It was no problem at all. He did 90 minutes different every night. All 4 shows, never repeated the same joke. And the only other person I've seen do that is Lavelle Crawford. But I wasn't allowed to work with him because I was white. Never? You remember that one?
Yes.
When he worked?
I
Yeah.
remember.
They got 300. I worked at Comedy Club when he was there. So who else? So we said that. I like Louis C.K.
Yeah. And
I think-
I lean more towards improv comics like Will Ferrell and oh God.
Everybody says I look like Will Ferrell if you look at my eyes. I don't see it, but everybody says
a
I look
little
like.
bit. What was the guy that Belushi that
Jim
passed
Belushi
away?
was
He
awesome,
was
yeah.
very good.
Jim Belushi went on the road doing stand up one time, and he did one show and stopped.
Yeah.
He thought stand up and improv were this, like Michael Richards from
Yeah,
Seinfeld.
It is different.
It's
It's
not.
a lot different.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it really is.
Comedians can do improv, but a lot of times the improv guys.
Can't do that.
I'm not saying they can't.
It's difficult because it's a different dynamic.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like me. I could stand up in front of 500 people and tell them to get the F out of the funeral, but I couldn't stand up in front of 500 people and try to make them laugh. I would be horrified.
I'm more comfortable in front of the 500 than I am now. And I don't know what it is. I mean, of course, I don't know what it is. It's just never.
I mean, I had to take a speech class in school, and I was horrified. Every time I'm like, I'd be sweating, I'd be terrified to get up, and I'd do my stupid 5-minute speech, 2-minute speech, whatever it was. And I always did a good job, but it was horrible. And it's like, I think it was because I knew I was going to see these people next week or at the next class. And so if I made a fool of myself, they were going to make fun of me. Whereas, if you're in front of people you don't know and you're never going to see them again.
I never had that problem, but Bob says that Michael Richards had a rough go and stand up, and you're right. After that N-word thing where he said that, he never got up on stage again. And I got a good friend named Danny Bevins. He's pretty big time comic. He might not a household name, but he's a big time comic. And I've been working with him for almost a decade now, on and off. He lives in St. Pete, and he lived in New York and got good, and he went to LA. And Danny's like a badass. But he used to go to the Hollywood Improv and the Comedy Store and all that. And Michael Richards used to just stink the whole. I mean, to me, Michael Richards is hilarious. Okay, in Seinfeld, that's improv. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
number one, you don't. I'm not a racial type of comic, but I don't think taking that kind of risk. I can't believe he did that, man.
I
But
can't.
Bob, when
was
I
like
saw
shocked when
that,
I heard that.
yeah, when I saw that
I was
video,
like, what?
I thought to myself, does he think this is cool? Does he think this is gonna?
I think it was more emotional. I don't think that he really thought.
When did it happen? It happened in 2015, right?
I think
2013, 14.
I think it was 2013 because you and I weren't together when it happened. So it was one of those.
No. Bullshit.
Were we?
Yeah.
No, I thought we weren't.
No,
we just were getting together.
We were dating. We weren't living together, but it was 2013, something like that. Yeah, it was crazy, Bob. It was. And when I saw it happen, I thought to myself, is this some sort of like they're doing it so they can advertise something, or are they doing this on purpose so they drum up business? I thought this cannot be good, and it's like calling some gay guy a fag. It's like it's worse than that because it's racial, but it's like there's certain terms. My dad used to call me a faggot, just joking around. Hey, you fag! You can't do that now.
No.
You can't do that, and I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. There's a lot of nomenclature, if you will. There's a lot of names and stuff that you can't get away with saying now. Luckily, I've never been that type of comic. I'm just dumb, just flat out dumb. Is it? What is it? There's some other comics I really like too. I like Jim Jeffries. He's good. I like Anthony Jeselnik. I like he's so funny. Different. He's so.
What was the guy that passed away that had the rice joke?
Mitch Hedberg.
Yes, he was a good
Mitch Hedberg is one of my favorite.
He was great.
I used to talk to his mama. His mama died in like 2013, 2014. I used to talk to his mama when I was still a drinker on the road out when I was working out west. I just called her one time. I was drunk and Mitch, died before I started. And she would talk to me. Mary would talk to me. Stop drinking. You're going to find yourself. She was just so sweet to me. And Mitch he's one of my opener, Harry Snover. He doesn't do Mitch-like jokes, and he doesn't look like Mitch, but he just has that.
He has that
stage
feel.
presence. Yeah. When I watch him perform, I just laugh. Yeah. He's just hilarious. So
I can't think of any. I mean, I can't think of names. I'm not I remember seeing you before. I'm like that kind of person. Oh, your face looks familiar to me, but I don't remember anybody's name. So I always
joke. I
don't remember his name either half the time.
The funniest joke I ever saw was Flip Wilson, Ugly Baby. I could watch that joke all day long, and I laugh my ass off every single time I watch it. And Flip Wilson wasn't even allowed to sit on the couch with Johnny because he was black. So that tells you right there how fucked up the business is. You know the joke I'm talking about?
I probably don't.
It's a joke about a lady on a train. She's got her baby with her, and there's a drunk guy on the train. The drunk guy goes, "God, that's an ugly baby. Jesus Christ." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "That's the ugliest baby. You'll never need a babysitter. Ain't nobody gonna mess with that baby." And so of course people are laughing. And so the lady goes, "Well, I'm not having this." So the conductor comes up and she says, "Hey, this man just insulted me. He said he said, he insulted me. He insulted me and my family. I'm upset. I want my money back. I want to get off here." So the conductor says, "Hey, you know what? Here on this Southern Railroad, we don't want any unhappy customers. We would absolutely like to make this up to you. We'd like to buy you dinner, and while we're back there, we'll get your monkey a banana." And that's the funny joke. And it's fucking hilarious when you watch it. If you've never seen it before, Google it. It's hilarious.
I'm not Googling that.
Johnny Carson falls on the floor laughing, right? And it's just the funniest joke it's one of the funnier bits I've ever seen in my life. I thought it was Abbott and Costello was the first comedians I ever saw.
Ooh, Carol Burnett. That's a good
Carol Burnett's hands down one of my favorite comedians. And I got to work with Dickie Smothers. Probably 20. I was living with you. I got to work with Dick and McCurdy's. He just got up and did a set. It wasn't like me and him, but he's just amazing. Funny guy. Talked to me for a while. oh, so what kind of motorcycle you got? I'm like, but he's a nice guy. And yeah, I love Abbott and Costello. I liked them before I knew what comedians were. I didn't even know what a comedian was.
Weren't they like the OG though?
They were the
Well,
OG.
Charlie Chaplin was kind of, I mean, that's his name, right? Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, Charlie Chaplin used to write jokes like we do. You know, like I'll sit down and we'll say something and I'll go, that's freaking hilarious. And I'll write on my phone. You know, Charlie Chaplin and his boys would sit around and they'd say something. They go, write that down. So I think they kind of started that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did a lot of studying on this before I started doing it for a living. So, I mean, I learned a lot about the back. I'm still a fan. I never aspired to be a comedian. You know, I was a musician. I was going to be a rock star. You know, so I didn't even start writing. I started writing when I was 40. So, you know, I'm still a baby. So.
Well, what about Bob? What's your favorite?
Yeah, Bob. Who's since we got you on the line here, who's your favorite comics? Who do you like? Because more than likely it's similar to. Yeah, there is. And you know what, man? That guy, Charlie, could make shit funny without words. His movies didn't even have words. He was also a great mechanic.
Really?
He would take these cars, he would take the cars apart and he'd put them all together without the bolts in them. And he had one where he took motor mounts, everything off this car, and the car went forward 10 feet and fell apart, motor fell out. Nobody could do that. It could never be done again. No.
Wow.
It was amazing, yeah. He jumped out of windows. Yeah, Charlie Chaplin was the fucking man. And he was the kind of guy who he was his own stuntman, his own writer, his own producer.
Mm-hmm.
He would buy props. He would. You're right. Charlie Chaplin he's one of those. He's the man. And before that, really, the guy before that was who's the famous writer who had a pseudonym name? Who wrote
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Twain was the very first. Mark Twain was the first comedy writer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Buster Keaton was absolutely like that. Yeah. And if you notice, if you ever study it, stand up pretty much came from authors, from people who wrote books.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that started the stand up thing. And stand up really didn't get started until the 60s, 50s, and 60s in New York, in the basements and stuff. That's why when you see a comedian, instead of saying like you say to an actor, break a leg. You don't say that to a comedian. To a comedian, you say break a mic.
Mm-hmm.
Because back in the 60s, the microphones weighed 7 pounds. And you'd get up on stage and tell a joke. Of course, you're not going to go over half the time because it's new. People get mad and they throw the microphone down, break the mic, show's over. Because the microphone don't work anymore. Mm-hmm. So that's what, when you want to mess with your friend as a comedian, break a mic. You suck. So that's why they say that.
Or knock it in someone's head and then they pass out.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, if you hit somebody with one of those mics, because you know what they look like.
Yeah, those
you
big giant things.
Yeah,
right?
man.
They're about as big as this.
Right. That's exactly. It's like it is exactly like that. Well, I've had a lot of fun tonight, y'all.
Yes. Thank you for joining us, Bob. We
appreciate
Bob. You.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for chiming in and stuff and talking to us and yeah. Oh, hey, Paula.
Hi, Paula.
How are you doing?
Hi.
It's so cool you guys chime in and stuff because we absolutely need it. We absolutely need the input and anything you guys want to hear about or whatever. We got some cool stuff planned though. We don't have anything planned. I don't know why I said that.
Well, we sort of do. Things are in the works, but we're not sure how to implement, but we'll figure it out. But if you guys have ideas, please send them our way.
I have some ideas. She still drinks. I was thinking about getting her real drunk and letting her cook because that's hilarious. It's just watching her cook.
Because I play music when I cook, and my bird sings when I can't sing. I really can't. He's not lying. I'm terrible, but I still play music when I cook, and I sing, and then my bird sings. Probably to try to drown out my terrible singing, which makes sense.
The birds are hilarious.
He is so funny, and he's like an opera singer. So he's just everywhere. He's what did those call Movado? Whatever. I don't know the voice. I don't know.
Oh, are you talking about doing When you do it by yourself.
That's an aria. No.
No.
What is it called?
Acapella.
No.
Anyway, let me answer Paula.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Paula. We were. I was trying to get. We're trying to figure this shit out. My camera. I got a new phone. I got a good phone. Great camera. But if you don't put it on horizontal before you hit live, it goes no.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
You have to.
So you have to cut it off, start over again. So thank you for coming back and checking in with us and stuff. I'm getting you. We're fixing to. We haven't made any money yet, which we're not really here to make.
This is more for fun.
Yeah, we're not really. We want to make money off of it eventually, but we're gonna buy a nicer camera, 4K camera that we just keep mounted somewhere. And we got the room. This is new for us. This is a new studio for us, and we're adding to it. Anything you guys want to see in the studio, anything. If anybody wants to hang anything in our studio, let us know. You can send it to us. We'll put it up. Anything anybody wants us to put on the studio. And if you have a product that you sell, holy shit. That's the first time anybody has paid us anything.
Thank you.
Holy crap.
You're so sweet.
Damn, Paula, you are all. Look, we're not here asking for. Nobody has ever done that.
Thank you.
Since this channel's inception, it's not made a penny.
Too bad we don't have a T-shirt to send her.
Paula, you just got yourself a T-shirt. We don't have them yet, but we have T-shirts for comedy. So you just got yourself a T-shirt, and that's amazing. I can't believe how nice that is. That nobody has done that.
Thank you.
Yeah, but anyway, what we're saying is, if you have something you want that you say you sell something or you make something, say you make a fishing lure, say you make die-cast cars, send it to me. I'll put it up here and I'll plug it for you for free. Yeah. I won't charge you nothing for the input. I don't want anything for it. Say you sell 59 Les Paul Burst Les Pauls and you want to put one, you could just send it to me. Just no problem at all.
I think you're reaching now, baby. I think you're really, really reaching.
If you have one of these, send it. No.
We have enough guitars.
We do not
just
have
like
enough.
We have enough pets.
How can you have enough guitars?
You can always
is no
play
enough
one
guitars.
at a time.
That doesn't even make any sense.
It does make sense.
Okay, you have a Les Paul sound.
So why
you have
would you?
Stratocaster
It's like
sound.
having 5 cars when there's only one person. Why would you need more than
Thank
one
you,
car?
Paula. Well, that's even dumber. You could have like a Corvette, then you could have a Vega, then you could have a Ferrari, then you could have a Lamborghini. So I have Les Pauls, Stratocasters, Nuno guitars. Okay, so I have a bunch of different stuff.
So if a person has more than one spouse, that's okay. Because I have the
what
Les
does that
Paul
have to do with
spouse, and then I have the acoustic spouse.
Could you see that? Hi, honey. I've made you a kale salad. I thought maybe we would watch the sunset and maybe do a sonnet together. Then you got B.
But some people like that. Some people like sonnets.
You too, Bob. Thank you, man.
Yes, thank you, Bob.
You rock. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you.
So, guitars is different. Okay, I only have 11 guitars.
It's the same thing.
You don't have to do that, Bob. We're not asking you for that. We're not asking for that. That was very nice. Thank you for Paula for doing it, but we weren't asking for it. We want to get watch hours so that we make money off ad revenue. But thank you, Paula. That was awesome.
Yes,
and Bob, you gave enough.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go have some Mexican food.
We're gonna make homemade tacos.
That's right, and we just want to say, man, this has been a great live stream.
Yeah, it's been good.
This has been the best one we've ever had because of Paula and because of Bob.
And because of Bob, you guys participated, which is amazing, and that's what we want. I don't know that this has anything to do with it.
I don't think it.
Maybe next time I could throw it at him and pretend it's a mic.
And I have a.
I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
I have a strawberry cream Dr. Pepper. Wouldn't that be a trip? No, we're not going there. This is PG. This is a family show.
Let's keep it clean.
So we're having this, but yeah. So we will be back very soon. Thank you for everything. You guys made it worth it. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, everybody.
Hi.
Wow.